just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself!
What's up, gardeners? Happy Monday. Welcome to the Green Room. As always, we have a great show planned for you tonight, but first, my garden is thriving. Let's check it out. The garden is thriving. I've got the green tower that's popping with arugula, dinosaur kale, romaine lettuce, zinnias, snapdragons, tatsoi, all kinds of good stuff. We've got the rest of the grow where I keep all my peppers and tomatoes. We've got bell pepper, Marconi rosso pepper, mocha swirl pepper, which is a beautiful variegated pepper and a variegated plant. Gorgeous, putting out a lot of peppers now. And I've got a bunch of different varieties here, probably bell peppers. I did not label them. I've got my first Criolla Sella peppers growing. These are a spicy pepper. And then we've got the tomatoes, Cherokee purple, Ponderosa pink, Dark Galaxy, going to be giving us fruit very soon. And I've got the pink icicle tomato giving us the first fruit of this run, which is very exciting. And then I've got my little finger eggplant. This one is so prolific so far, got a lot of fruit growing, been hand pollinating every single day, and the plant is getting so large. The orange tower is really starting to fill out. We got a lot of romaine growing and a bunch of herbs. Got some arugula, basil, some parsley. Everything is doing so well. Enjoy the show, everybody.
All right, all my passionate plant people and garden enthusiasts, welcome to the Green Room right here on the Let's Get Growing channel here on the Urban Garden, or on the Let's Get Growing show here on the Urban Gardener channel. And everybody, it's great to have all of you here with us, but also too, it's really, really awesome to have our wonderful co-host with us tonight as well too. Let's welcome to the Green Room. And again, I got to get our backgrounds straightened out here, actually.
That's
But
okay. I kind of
all
like
right.
this one.
I know. And so, yeah, it's our logo, right? That's great. Right
That's
on,
much
Natalie.
better.
Great to have you here with us tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome show for everybody that we have here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. And I'm excited, as always, to be here for yet another episode of the Green Room. And we've got a really good one planned for tonight.
Yes.
For all you gardeners, we've got some great guests. Joining us tonight on the Green Room, we've got Andre Baptiste, also known as Andre the Farmer.
Yeah, as well as Graylin Brown, Urban Gardening with Gray. These two are back on with us here on the show. And again, one of the fun things about doing this new show, The Green Room, is that we get to invite back guests that we've had on our previous shows back on here for another great, awesome conversation with us here tonight. And then also here in just a few minutes, we also do have Shawnee. Shawnee's back with us on the Grow What You Eat segment that we got for you all coming up here in just a few minutes as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love the Grow What You Eat segments. What a great, just great information. And there's always a good takeaway every week. So I can't wait for that. But just at the top of the show, we also want to give a shout out to all of our replay viewers. Those of you that can't watch live, that are watching the replay, thanks so much for taking your time to watch, and just let us know that you're here in the comments. Appreciate you and your time.
Yes, definitely leave us a comment here for all of you who are watching us on our replay. And also if you are here with us live as well too, because again, that's what's fun about doing these live streams. We've got all of you here with us live, so definitely join in on the conversation and get into the chat there as well. Drop in your questions or comments. Definitely questions for our guests when we get them on the show here in just a little bit later on the show. And we'll definitely try to get those asked during the conversation.
Absolutely. So how has your week been?
Oh man, I'm telling you. Okay,
Well,
I was with.
congratulations, by the
Yes,
way.
there you go.
Congratulations are in order. I think you had a great week, actually. That was a stupid question.
I know. Everybody was watching the show yesterday as well too. Got to see me. I had my jersey on and everything. I was really psyched for the big game. The Super Bowl was on and everything. So not only do I really love my gardening and all of that, but I am a big sports fan. Mainly baseball though. I love baseball, and how baseball and gardening kind of correlate, the seasons and everything kind of correlate
Yeah.
very well
Spring
together. But
training.
that's right, right, coming right up, you know what I
Coming
mean? This
up.
is what we're doing now next, but, this was kind of a fun, unexpected year for my team this year. We weren't expecting them to do so well, let alone go to the Super Bowl and win it and everything too, but, yeah, so they won. My team won, so I busted out my, last, Super Bowl champions hat from the last time we won the Super Bowl, so I'm
Nice.
wearing that today to celebrate. Everybody's used to seeing me with my flat caps, but,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got
true. Oh,
a
yeah. I was going to say something looks different about you tonight. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
the new look.
exactly, exactly. So, yeah, no flat cap tonight. Gotta support my team and their big win. And then again, too, like I said, we'll be on the spring training before we know it in baseball, and
And seed
gardening season be
starting.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spring
yeah,
training for
yeah.
me
So
means starting seeds, getting ready for spring
yeah, yeah,
or for
that's why I
summer,
say I
actually.
love one of the things I really love about how, again, I've just been a baseball fan my whole life, and, big fan of my teams and all of that. But when I got into gardening, that was one of the really kind of cool things about it, was like, just as I'm gearing up for my baseball season, and, and I listen to like all the games on the radio and everything. So I get really
Yeah, you're
into it.
hardcore.
But, it's similar to kinda like listening to a podcast or something in the background or whatever
Yeah,
this will do, becomes kind of like a background thing to all of my gardening tasks that I was doing, whether it was seed starting or getting out and planting plants out or all of that, so baseball kinda takes me and goes along through the whole gardening season right along with me as well too, kind of in the background as
yeah.
all of the different things that I'm doing.
Helps motivate you to get things done in the garden.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's for sure. How about you? How are things going for you this week in
Yeah, it's
showroom?
it's been a great week. Minus today, I had some issues. There's always issues when you're dealing with systems like these, but it's been a good week. I'm finally starting to get fruit. Things are blooming, things are growing, and the
Mhm.
garden is on the right track. So it's been a successful week. And yeah, it's just cool to see the progress, cool to see things coming along. Had a couple lettuce and herb harvests in the last couple days, which has been nice.
Oh,
And
excellent.
yeah, so just been enjoying that.
Well, right on, right on. Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed intro video, which is always kind of cool. I'll do mine on Saturdays so people kind of get a little
Yeah,
look in and things, but we do yours on our Monday nights here. And it's kind of cool to get a look in and see everything that you got going. And that was quite a quick little fun little tour, because it's just really awesome. Again, I just marvel every time I look at and think about the different things that you're growing in there and how much you're actually able to grow inside of that tent.
yeah. I mean, we got about 120 something plants in here right now. So it's a lot of work. It's been, every day I'm just busy in here. Today I had a pump malfunction. So I had my plants not being watered for a couple of hours. I was pretty stressed out today, but um, you just gotta put in the work and fix things and, troubleshoot, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I had people on my live telling me what to do. Do this with your pump. Try this. Try that. So,
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I bet you do get quite a bit of advice. Probably a lot of really good advice though, too, right?
I
You get
have
some good
some
growers in
great
there. You learn a
people.
lot from people in your chat.
Yeah, I've got some great people that are my go-to. So it's really awesome to have a good support system.
Yeah, yeah, excellent, excellent. Right on, excellent. And also, too, everybody, and I forgot to actually really mention this right at the top as well, but let's go ahead and jump right into this, though. Everybody, we do our roll call, everyone. We're doing our roll call here. If I can find the right tab. But anyways, we got our roll call coming up here where you can let us know you're here, let us know what you got growing on and all of that. You can jump in there. And so let's go ahead and do that. Let's jump right into roll call.
My name is Kevin. Yeah. That is my name. Yeah. They call me Kevin. Yeah. Because that's my name. Roll call.
All right. So let's see who you got in the chat with us here tonight. And like I said, if you haven't jumped in yet already, go ahead and get in there and let us know where you are going from, what's got going on. And already each week we know that Lex is going to be in waiting for the show, but really early too, just anticipating for the show to get started. I love it as I'm getting everything ready for the show. Lex is in there getting things ready to go. So
yeah, what's up, Riz? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. MK, good evening. Good to see you.
Right on. Excellent. Great to see you here. Robin Gardens joining us from Chicagoland. Says cook dinner with a bit of hubby help. Right on. That's always great, right? The wing is mending. That's right. Robin has a really bad broken shoulder, so that's good to hear that it's starting to mend up properly.
Yeah. What's up, Mia? Good evening, my party people, or my garden people, I should say.
That's right. Excellent. And Dusty Flats, always great to see you in the conversation. Thank you for being here tonight. Oh,
and Jay, we got the J bot in the house, our one and only Jay. She is the moderator and facilitator and producer, I guess, right?
Yeah, backstage producer. She's all around everything around this house.
Yeah, she just does it all. The J bot.
That's right. Just getting things done. JC Smith, also great to have you here. Good evening to you. And also,
what's up, Bernie? Good to see you.
Excellent. And I see we've got Wayne. Is that right? Wayne 3940. Good evening to you. Great to have you here with us tonight. Excellent, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for joining in on the conversation with us here tonight. Excellent. All right.
We got a lot of people in the chat tonight. This is it's always a good time on Mondays.
Excellent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a great gathering already starting to build up for us. We're only this is week 4. So we're like 4 weeks in, right?
Yeah. I guess. Wow, time flies.
Time is really starting to fly now, right? Huh?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, definitely. So, we've had a great start to our show so far. And also, let's see here. Anything else that we need to get to? I think other than just jumping right into Grow What You Eat here, right?
Yeah, I mean, just to touch on last week, we had some great guests. I had a great time with the Suburban Gardenista and the Garden Nerd, Michael Overstreet. So that was a great show, and it was great to chat with them. I definitely felt, it was unfamiliar to me because they are all, about soil gardening and outdoor gardening. So it was really a fun conversation.
Yes, definitely was really great to have them again on the show. Brandy doing a really awesome job now for us on the Saturday show. She's doing the garden trivia segment.
Yeah, I saw. That's awesome.
And she's doing a really amazing job with that and everything too. So it was really great to have her on the show with us, to have a really great gardening discussion and to dig into what she's growing and her gardens this year and thinking about getting started and everything. It's a good time also in our conversations to really kind of dig into what people are getting onto for this year. It's 2026. We got a whole growing season ahead of us and everything. Yes. So it's really interesting to kind of hear what people are thinking about growing.
So speaking of growing, grow what you eat.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it with Shawnee this week. She's back again here for our Grow What You Eat segment.
All right.
Hey there, tell me, what are you working on this week? I am Shawnee from Shawnee Grows, and last week on my segment, which would have been a couple weeks ago, for Grow What You Eat, we started with your plate. We looked at what you're actually eating week to week. We're trying to take pictures of it or write it down, identifying our staple foods and how those are going to become the foundations of how we plan what to grow in our garden. So tell me, what have you observed? What are you reaching for the most out of your pantry or your freezer? You know, I've been really inspired by one of my favorite channels to roast eggplant and onions and peppers and garlic, chop up tons of different herbs, mix lemon and honey, drizzle it all together, then put it in a jar, and then top it with olive oil and put it in the freezer. It is great to serve up quick in the winter, getting that fresh taste of the garden. So, Team Replay, tell us what you noticed about your plates and what is inspiring you so far in this planning or if you're in the growing season. So this week's conversation is your kitchen, is your seed vault. Okay, so did you know you probably already have seeds in your kitchen right now? Seriously, your pantry is a treasure chest of food that you can grow. So before you go out spending a bunch of money on seed packets, let's look. Look at what you already have. So many everyday foods we buy can be replanted, regrown, or sprouted. This is one of the fastest ways we can learn, especially for beginning people, especially gardening on a budget. Let's share your stories. Let's have a conversation. What have you grown from the store, right? Or maybe you picked up something at the farmer's market. I was given Egyptian walking onions at the farmer's market, and I will have those forever now. If you know, you know. I got garlic at the farmer's market, so I've been just replanting that. I want to hear from you what you've tried. So let's go over some examples of what I'm talking about. Do you have dried beans, dried peas, lentils, chickpeas? Maybe there's a melon and you've cut it open and there's seeds inside. Eggplant, winter squash seeds. You've cut open a tomato, there's seeds in there. Those are ready to plant, right? The garlic and ginger you replant. Potatoes. Any sprouted potato is a seed potato. Who here has a potato sprouting? Looking at them right now in their pantry. Let me know. Seeds you can sprout. Sunflower, chia, flax, quinoa, amaranth, the spices. Coriander. What do we know about coriander? It's cilantro, right? Mustard seed, fenugreek, dill, whole cumin, anise. Bird seed. Yes, bird seed. Has sunflowers, millet, sorghum, peanuts. Is it a survival food bank that we can then grow a garden from? Maybe. Um, you know, you can have different types of things indoors right now with you. You can sprout in jars. So we're going to get into like microgreens and stuff here next. There's cut and come again things. There's propagating in water. I know some of you have practiced the propagating in water. Let's hear from you. So seeds you can sprout. The whole microgreens thing, right? These are some of the most nutrient dense things you can grow right from the pantry. When a seed germinates, it loads its first leaves, the cotyledons, with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to fuel the early growth phase. So research consistently shows microgreens have 4 to 40 times the antioxidant levels of the full-grown plant. Antioxidants protect cells, support immunity, help reduce inflammation, which is why microgreens often show up in the superfoods list. So what can we do? The sunflower seeds, the raw ones, not roasted. You can sprout those up and grow them. They are very flavorful and they have a good texture. They're something that I like to use at the end when you garnish a soup, putting them on sandwiches, wraps, adding to a salad. Chia seeds can be sprouted and added to smoothies, as well as flax. You can take whole mustard seed, which is like a flavorful spiciness, right? You can sprout it and add it to your omelets and your eggs and your tacos and your salads. Sprouting is eating the young shoot. Growing it out is planting it to maturity. So for example, it's the same seed. A mustard seed can be sprouted and you can space it out and grow it up to maturity. There's also wheat for juicing. Who's done that? Anybody? Corn has been suggested for microgreens. Has anyone grown corn for microgreens? I want to hear from you. Fenugreek, coriander, which is the cilantro. Let's get something growing on our kitchen counter. So I do have this growing right now. So team replay, let me know what is one pantry item you want to try growing. So this is my cilantro, and yes, it smells amazing. And I also have some other seeds sitting here just to give you examples. So this is celery seed, and then some mustard seed, things that are sitting in our pantry that we can be planting, right? Okay, so let's quickly talk about which pantry items don't sprout. If the beans have been processed by heat or steam, they will not germinate. And also, some companies and farms put sprays on garlic and potatoes to make them not sprout. If it's been roasted, toasted, salted, or flavored, these seeds, like sunflower seeds, will not sprout. Pre-cut garlic cloves often are treated to prevent sprouting. So there's your PSA for that. Now your homework assignment this week, find one pantry item. Maybe it's beans, maybe it's garlic, maybe you have some chia or mustard seeds, maybe you have a potato that you can put in some soil soon, maybe not now, but like in a couple months. Check out your spices. Do you have any full whole seed spices that you could technically plant? Take a photo of what you want to grow. If you get it growing, if you get it sprouting, I want to see it. Email shawneegrows@gmail.com so we can see what you have going on. Also, head over to Shawnee Grows for live streams talking about garden planners, themed garden beds, like what are the pieces of a taco garden? What's in a soup garden? How do we grow for mocktails? And guess what? I have a mystery seed haul from Small House Farms. You know, Bevan was here on the channel a couple weeks ago. I am so excited to talk about what I got in this box. So make sure you are subscribed and over there so you can have that fun with me. Remember that your pantry is already full of seeds waiting for a second life. You're not just cooking with your pantry anymore, you're planting it. Until next time, remember, grow what you eat and eat what you grow.
Ivory Organic was founded on the gardening concept of whitewashing, simply lightening your plants to better tolerate weather extremes, transplant shock, and so much more. Such a valuable gardening practice that farmers have been doing it since BC times. However, in recent years, most research has been caring for plants and trees using latex and tar-based products which are designed to last 100 years but fall off your plants within 1 to 2 years as your plants grow, contaminating your garden soil indefinitely. Available in colors white or more natural looking colors such as brown, green, gray, and grayish. Ivory Organic has 2 general categories of whitewash products. The 3-in-1 Plant Guard, which includes 7 natural oils including castor, cinnamon, clove, garlic, peppermint, rosemary, and spearmint, which offer insect and rodent repellent protection, and the whitewash oil-free formula. Both products also have diatomaceous earth in the base ingredients, which naturally offer some insect repellent protection too. As always, keep growing with Ivory Organics and wishing you all happy gardening.
Why wait for the right season to start your garden when you can grow anything you want all year round? This is my indoor garden where I grow all of my own produce regardless of the season. Aeroponically grown food, pesticide-free, all organic. The mission is to inspire and educate others to do the same. Whether you're limited in space or not, an indoor garden can be your reality. Follow along as I explore all the ways to achieve a successful indoor garden. From aeroponic Dutch buckets to vertical grow towers, I experiment with all kinds of grow mediums and varieties. Let's learn and grow together and reclaim our food sovereignty.
Oh, all right. Let's see here. There we are. Yes, absolutely. It was not a great one. So everybody should go and check out that channel immediately. Links down below for sure.
Oh, I was talking about the Ivy Organics, that lemon tree. I've got a sad looking lemon
There
seedling,
you
and that
go.
lemon tree behind him looks beautiful.
Oh man, he was with us this weekend too, as
I
well
saw.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
talk about that. He was with us here for on the Saturday show, and he had he was at this place doing these scion and plant tree giveaway type place. They were doing exchanges and everything, and so many amazing trees, avocado trees, citrus
Wow.
trees all over the place there too as well.
Beautiful.
But yeah, talking about what we did on Saturday is, like I said, we had Ivy Organic with us talking about that and their annual fruit tree giveaway. But we also had Gary Pilarchik with us from the Rusted Garden joining us for our featured conversation. Gary is one of the real OGs of YouTube gardening. This guy had been, he was one of those first gardeners I found on YouTube as I was exploring and learning about growing my own food for the first time, and using YouTube as a resource for learning. And so it was great to have him on the show with us and be able to catch up with him.
So you're also a YouTube University alumni then?
That's right. That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Welcome
Well,
to the
an
club.
early student. Like I
Yes.
said, having been in those real, like I said, OGs classrooms. I'm an early
Yeah.
student as well too. But like I said, though, Charles was with us as well too from Ivy Organic to talk about their fruit tree and plant and scion giveaway that they do over at ivyorganics.com. Over there this month for February. So in February, they do a giveaway with your order. If you go over to ivyorganics.com, and also you can use our promo code GROW10, GROW10, to get 10% off of your order and then get some free plants and fruit trees and things like that you can have in your garden this year too. So it's a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great opportunity.
Yeah. We also had yesterday on the show, we had with us Scott Wilson from the Gardener Scott channel for his Ask Gardener Scott segment. Scott joins with us every second Sunday of the month to answer everybody's gardening questions. And we get like a really awesome education every second Sunday of the month with Gardener Scott on the show with us too. So if you did get a chance to check that out, definitely go back and check out those shows for sure.
Yeah, and he's got quite the YouTube channel too. It's a growing channel, and I see he does different courses on his channel as to even how to grow your channel. Aside from gardening, he talks about also how to grow your social, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's really Gardner Scott, similar to Gary that we had on Saturday's show, is like one of those go-to guys that if I've got a question, if I need to know something, or I want to figure something out about what I'm doing in my garden or something that I want to grow or something, I reach out to these guys. I go watch their channels or search their videos to see if I can't find if they have videos, because they have such great video catalogs on almost everything. And then as well too, Gardner Scott does a live stream of his own on Monday mornings,
Yes.
8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and that's another great opportunity for folks to be able to go and get any sort of like gardening questions answered. He's really responsive and really just out there to teach people how to grow for sure.
Which is wonderful. That's what it's all about, right? Community.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
love
That's
that.
right. Just a really awesome mentor. And then again too, I'll just mention one more time, we had last week on our green room too, Brandy from the Suburban Gardenista and Michael from the Garden Nerd. So right on. Excellent.
Yeah. And speaking of, on the topic of Canadians, we have one of our guests is actually Canadian. He and I have that in common. So I guess, should we introduce our guests?
Do we? I don't know if we have any Canadians, do we?
Well, Andre, I don't know. According to the internet, he's actually from Toronto.
Oh, really?
He lives in Florida, but he's
okay,
from Toronto. So
Oh,
we've
okay.
got
Well, I
a
guess
fellow
I'm learning
Canadian
too.
in the house. So
All right.
it's just, a nice segue, because last week with Brandy, we were talking about how the Ontarians are kind of taken over the green room. So watch out, Enoch. Just
Absolutely,
kidding.
absolutely.
I know he's a
Well,
Floridian now.
excellent, excellent. Well, then, yeah, like you said, let's go ahead and welcome our guests into the green room with us right now. We got Andre Baptiste with us here from
Welcome.
Andre the Farmer. And as well, we got Graylin Brown, Urban Gardening with Gray. Hey guys, how you doing?
Welcome.
Howdy.
Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Right on. All right. So is she right? Did I just learn something, Andre? Are you a Canadian originally? Oh, we got mute here. Let's unmute ourselves there. I think you got to
Hang
mute
on
button.
1 second. We can't hear you.
All right,
There
can
we
you hear me
Take it,
now?
Andre.
There we
Oh,
go.
we're good. We're good. Hey.
All right.
we got
All right.
Sam.
All right.
Yeah, I am Canadian. I spent the first 25 years of my life in Toronto.
All right. Fellow
Oh.
Canadian, what's up?
You're Canadian too? Where are you from?
Toronto.
What
Yeah.
part?
I'm just outside the GTA.
Okay, I grew up in Oakville.
Oh, okay. Like I grew up in North York, so
My wife grew up in North York.
nice. Yeah, just
Look at this. Excellent.
cool. That's awesome. Well, it's so good to have you both here with us tonight. How are you both doing?
I am stupendous. I am so glad to be here. Natalie, Enoch, it's so great to be here with you guys. Loving the show. And it's great to be here with my friend Andre here. Because we share a lot of laughs together. So it's going to be good.
That's right. That's
You know,
right. That's
I
why
thought the show was like 5:30 Eastern time.
Oh,
So I was driving home today and I was like, hey, the show. I grabbed my phone. I'm like,
oh, I was actually not even thinking myself. It got to like 4 o'clock and I was thinking, and when I hit that time, I was like, wait a minute, I got a show in an hour. I was like, I still had like a couple of hours on my mind still left for it. I was like, oh no, I got to get going. Let's do this.
Not
Right
me.
on.
I spend all day preparing.
That's right.
Canadian, that's a Canadian way.
Yeah, no, you guys, actually, that's great. You both have been on our other show, the Let's Get Growing show on the Saturday show as well with me before. And that's why we started the Green Room, was so that we can bring back folks we've had on that show and have another extended fun conversation. Natalie's our co-host for this ride, and it's just been so fun so far. And it's great to have you guys join with us too, because I paired you up because you guys do live streams together and have done a lot of stuff. So I do know that. So I was like, oh, we got to get these two together for sure, when we do this. So it's great to be able to have found a date where we can get you both here together. Let's real quick though, too, starting with you, Gray, let's give you both real quick a moment to introduce yourselves real quick to everybody and let everybody know about yourselves and where they can find you and all that.
Well, hey there. I'm Graylin Brown. I'm growing out of Zone 8B, just outside of North Texas in Dallas. I'm known as the Urban Gardening with Gray, and that's everywhere on social media. If you like educational gardening with a nice peaceful vibe, that is me. Andre will say that I am like the Mr. Rogers of gardening, just because of my calm disposition. But
I see that.
Disagree.
Yeah.
I watch your videos and I totally get that. I love it.
It's great.
Yeah. What about yourself, Andre?
Well, I guess I'm the Mad Max of gardening. I guess or something.
There you go. Yes.
I'm just
right.
the regular guy gardener. So I just kind of show people how us regular people try to get things done in ways that are efficient or effective in somewhat. I'm more of a tropical tree guy. I'm more of a fruit tree guy. I'm in Orlando, and I'm Andre the Farmer everywhere. I've only been gardening for about 10 years, and most of it, it's trial and error, learning on social media, and I specialize mostly in like mangoes, avocados, and tropical fruits.
That's awesome.
Wait, I just want to say, Andre's not giving himself enough credit. Because
Okay.
this man has over 20 varieties of mango growing right there in his permafrost. It is amazing. It is something to be celebrated.
Yeah, you're a humble gardener.
They're fruit trees. Fruit trees are a lot easier to take care of than raised beds, right? Like you plant them and you can kind of forget them. But right now it looks like a disaster zone now. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off in my backyard. It's
Oh, really?
It's a sad scene back there right now.
You had some storms rolling through or something?
We had the cold. It got down to like 22 degrees.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
typically every year we get one night where it hits 32, like for an hour, and then the trees get shocked. It was 22, and it was under freezing for like 20 hours or something like that. It was.
I saw you had frost.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like it is. You look back there right now, and everything looks dead.
Wow.
But it's not dead. It'll come back. We just won't get any mangoes this year.
Okay.
No mangoes. Were the iguanas falling from the trees?
I'm a little north for the iguanas, so we don't have iguanas this far north.
Okay,
but they were falling in South Florida. They were dropping like crazy. People were making tacos and all kinds of things with the iguanas.
It's always one of my favorite stories out of Florida is hearing about the iguanas falling out of the trees when you guys get freezes down there.
I've never heard of that. That sounds
Yeah, it
crazy.
can be dangerous too. You got to watch out. They just freeze
frozen
up
iguana
and
just hits you in
fall
the
right
head.
out.
And people just fill wheelbarrows just full of iguanas because they're just falling out of trees all over the place.
And then it warms back up, and then they just walk away, right?
Yeah, the ones that make it, yeah, because they're invasive. So you're encouraged to actually collect them, and they have drop-off locations where you can drop them off. And they say that they are going to rehouse them or euthanize them, but
right.
Just euthanizing all of them.
It's just a good way. It's a good way to take the numbers down, I suppose, right?
Yeah, those are invasive.
All right, excellent. Well, how about
should
it?
We jump into the lightning round?
I think it's about time that we go ahead and give this a shot here, guys.
Yeah. So we like to have some fun with our guests and kind of get their heart rate going up, put them on the edge of their seat, and do a little lightning round.
All right, let's do it.
How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Gray is a master gardener, right? So, do I get bonus? Do I get a handicap?
These are so you'll each have your own lightning round, and these are questions that are catered to each of you. So there's no test questions where you have to be a master gardener to get the answer right. It's just what Andre thinks and what Gray thinks.
All right.
Excellent,
All right,
excellent.
so
Let's do this. It's time for the lightning round. Lightning round. All right. Let's see if
So we'll start with Andre.
Whoops. Oh, did I get the right one here? Oh. All right, now.
So, Andre, you're going to there's 10 questions, 60 seconds. You got about 2 seconds per question to answer. And first thing that comes to mind, just have fun with it. Just one-word answers or whatever. And let's hope I can read them fast enough so that you can get through all the questions.
Okay.
All right. You ready, Enoch?
I think I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
All right. Here we go. Favorite plant in your garden right now?
Jabuticaba.
What's always in your fridge from the garden?
Starfruit.
Your journey started with planting a mango tree. What variety was it?
Kent.
Favorite pepper variety?
Scotch bonnet.
Biggest gardening myth you wish would disappear?
Electroculture.
If you could grow only one edible crop for the entire season, what would it be?
Mangoes.
Finish the sentence. I knew I was officially a gardener when?
People started following me on social media.
The one tool you didn't think you needed, but you can't live without?
Hori.
Most difficult plant you've ever grown?
Vanilla bean orchid.
And who is your biggest gardening inspiration?
Gray.
Nice. Wow, you got it with extra time to spare. Great job.
Wow.
Like checking my questions. Was that 10?
That's great.
That was quick. Great job.
Andre, you my inspiration too, bro.
All right, cross that question off of Gray's lightning round. I'll have to find a new question for you, Gray. All right. Or you'll have to find a new answer.
All right. Well done, Andre. Let's see if this works. Yeah, switch seats here. Boom.
Right.
Look at this.
Great.
Here we
Whenever
go.
you're ready, you say the word.
Let's see.
All right. Draw.
All right, are we ready? All right, let's
Are we
go.
ready?
Okay. Let's see. Wait, give me one. There we go.
Question number 1. Raised beds or containers?
Raised beds.
Most difficult plant you've ever grown?
Ponytail palm, ironically enough.
Most valuable lesson gardening has taught you?
Patience.
Worst gardening advice you've ever received?
Electroculture.
The one gardening tool you can't live without?
Problem solving.
Biggest gardening inspiration?
My grandmother, she started it all.
Nice. Tomatoes, right? Most rewarding part of being on a YouTube creator?
Getting to connect with so many gardeners I wouldn't meet face to face.
Love that. Crop you grow every single year?
Tomatoes, Roma.
Finish this sentence. I knew I was officially a gardener when?
The first time I bit into a tomato that I grew.
Nice. And direct sowing seeds or seeds starting early?
Seed starting early. I'm a planner.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good job. You guys both got it done with.
That's right. You made it. You
Atmosphere.
both made it. Excellent.
Great
Excellent.
job.
Thank you. That was fun.
Yeah, it's just a little way to, get provoke more questions and, get people to get to know you quickly. It's just fun.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely a blast. And how that actually worked out pretty darn well, the new framing. I was just kind of excited about it. So
Yeah, it worked out great. You guys did awesome. Thank you.
You guys are all part of a running experiment around here. That's what
the beta testers. Yeah.
Exactly. We've been testing this out just a little differently each week, and I think we're kind of dialing it right in right now too. So that was perfect. Thanks for being our guinea pigs there for sure. You guys did an excellent job.
No problem. But that's gardening in a nutshell, right? That's what we're doing out in the, when we're growing in our different growing meetings. We're constantly just testing things out, see what works, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Trial and error, always learning.
Yep. Our big science labs in our gardens. We're always experimenting and doing things. It's kind of a natural trait of a well-seasoned gardener, right?
Yeah. So, Andre, you were saying that you started off with mangoes. Tell us about how you got into gardening. How did you even start or have the desire to grow a mango tree? Tell us how you got started.
Well, we moved to this property about 10 years ago, and we have a lot of space in the backyard. It's a 1 acre lot. And my old house, they had a rule you couldn't grow any fruit trees. And I kind of just wanted to have like an orange tree or something like that, but they said you couldn't have any like homeowners. One day I was looking at the backyard, I have all this space. I'm going to buy a mango tree. I had no idea what even mango tree was. I knew nothing about it at all. And I just went and bought the first mango tree I found, and I planted it. It was a Kent mango. And, then I was thinking, I could get double the amount of mangoes if I have 2 mango trees. Why not get a second one? And then from there, a tree, then a lychee tree, then a Barbados cherry, then another mango. And, now it's over 100 fruit trees. And, it just addictive, and more than I do stuff, the more I learn. When I first started, everything I could find, I stuck in the ground. Anything that was in the house or the kitchen was going down. And I tell people all the time, like the number one thing should be get it in the ground, because people spend so much time planning that years are going by and they're not accomplishing anything. So get in the ground, learn as you go. So that's my philosophy.
Yeah, I love that. Learn as you grow. Because a lot of people, they say, oh, you should read about it first and whatnot. But I like that. You just go for it and, learning is part of the journey.
Seeds are cheap. Things die. It's part of the game.
Yeah, grow it again. Life always finds a way.
That's right. Absolutely. How about for you, Grace? Same question, kind of how did everything get started for you, in this whole gardening journey that's led you to, starting the urban gardening channel and all of that?
Well, first, I want to acknowledge that awesome quote there, Natalie. I heard you. Life always finds a way. Jurassic Park.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
I can't let that one slide. That was great.
That's good, huh?
But for me, it started back when, I was a younger man. Not a younger man. I was 11 years old when my grandmother, told me back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that summer, you're going to learn how to grow some tomatoes. And that's what we did. We started building our own raised bed. And we grew Roma tomatoes. And when I bit into that tomato that I grew with my own hands for the first time, I said, oh yeah, this is the life for me. And I've been growing in some fashion and form every single year since then. It's funny, when I met my wife out here in Dallas, she already had a house when I met her. And she was like, oh, you know how to grow? I was like, yeah, I know a thing or two. And she says, well, we've tried gardening several years, but we can never grow anything. I was like, oh, hold on just a moment. I got you. And, we had our kids, and, they love the garden. They love being out, growing strawberries, picking their own produce. My 7-year-old son calls our garden his grocery store garden. And I love that.
That's awesome. I love that.
Oh yeah. It's been fun. And so I can't see myself not gardening, not growing, because that's just, it's a passion of mine. It brings me peace. It brings me joy. And then plus I'm eating healthier. So that's what I love.
And so I guess that's kind of where you two come together. You've got a podcast together, right? Called The Dirt on Gardening. So why don't you guys talk a little bit about, give you guys the floor to talk about your podcast a little bit. Tell everybody where they can find it, what it's about.
Great.
So Andre, you want me to take it? Okay, I'll take it. All right. So we're on both YouTube and Instagram, and it's The Dirt on Gardening, or it can be found on my channel at Urban Gardening with Gray, or it can be found on Andre's channel at Andre the Farmer. And it's a great show, kind of like your own, where we're just having conversation. We're, it's myself, Andre, and then Derek, the chocolate botanist. We cannot forget our botanist. He is a wealth of information. And what we do is we go through and we answer user questions. Andre, you want to take it from here?
Sure. Yeah. So, and it's really just a conversation, and it's just us talking. We're going to go off topic. We're going to talk some nonsense. And it's just a fun, hour of us just, talking plants, right?
Yeah.
And the questions we do see, we are going to try to answer. And it's cool because, we have a master gardener, we have a trained botanist, and we got me, right? So it's just a fun thing. It's a really fun thing. We enjoy it. And it all started because one night I was doing a live and I popped up the chocolate botanist. I didn't really know him. And then Gray popped up and we're just talking, and we're talking for a couple hours, and we're like, you know what? This is pretty fun. We should just do this once a week and let people join in.
That's right. There's nothing like having fun, great conversations.
Yeah.
How all of this got started for me, and Natalie here joining in with us too, because she does some really awesome live streaming conversations as well too. So there's nothing like getting together with some gardening friends, hanging out and talking about growing, right?
I always say gardening people are the coolest people because I have a lot of hobbies. I fish, I hunt, I play golf. And in those circles, there's cool people, but there's also a lot of jerks. But there are, like, gardening, there's almost no jerks. Like, almost everybody is cool.
It's pretty rare.
People leave their ego at the door. And it's all about the plants, which I love. But hang on, I got to stop you there 1 sec. You said fishing, and I was checking out your page. I see you're into snapper fishing. What was your biggest catch that you've ever had? I saw you recently had like these 2 huge catches. Wow, that was impressive.
We do a lot of fishing. Actually, I'm going to go fishing in Mexico next week. Probably my 44-pound black grouper was probably my favorite. Wow. It's not, we don't really count sharks because we catch a lot of huge sharks, but we don't count those. But that's probably the best fish that I've ever caught.
So that's why you left Toronto and you went to Florida.
That's part of it. The fishing and the warm weather. Yeah, definitely. That's a big part of it for me.
Yeah. And what about you, Grayson? Outside of gardening, what other hobbies do you have?
Oh, I'm into just about everything I can get my hands on because, my background is actually in automotive repair, diesel mechanic, and mechanical engineering. And so I'm always either fixing, repairing something, or building something. So I don't know what to say. I'm always busy. There's never not a time of me doing something. But I think that's one thing that we have to love about gardeners is we all come from differing backgrounds, but we all still meet in the plants. And going back to the podcast, The Dirt on Gardening, that's one thing that we lean on with Andre, Derek, and I. We all come from different, growing zones, different backgrounds, but we still meet in the middle with plants, just like with you, Natalie, and Enoch,
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah. And we're all different ages too. Like I'm 55, Gray's 45, and Derek's 35. Like, it's like, you know, we've got different generations of gardeners there.
Yeah, exactly. I love the generational talk as well too. But anyways, real quick here, I do want to mention to everybody else who's here with us live, jump into the conversation, drop in your questions, and we will mark those for the conversation and get those in best we can. But I do have a question that came in a minute ago from let's see here. No panopy or something like that there. Question for my Meyer lemon plant here in Las Vegas: is a 444 a good fertilizer for my plant? It's in about a 10 gallon container. I've heard container citrus need a different NPK than in ground. Who wants to take that question here?
I'll say one thing. The name is Nope, Nope, Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. There we go. Okay.
I'll say nope. I would disagree with the 444. Now, my opinion, I would say more of a 645 is what I would go with my citrus. I do Myers lemons in containers as well. I have Myers, a couple of Page mandarins and blood oranges as well. And I would stick more to a 645 citrus fertilizer as opposed to the 444 even kill, because you're going to want a little bit more of that nitrogen, and you're going to want a little bit more of that phosphorus to foster that root development and that fruit flowering.
Yeah, we can't grow citrus where I am. Citrus greening disease has wiped out citrus here. It's just a total lost cause.
Oh, wow. What is that? You explain that just a little bit more. That's not something I'm not familiar with.
Oh, so citrus greening, like, so you can't you can't bring trees out of Florida to other states in terms of citrus, because the citrus greening disease is here in Florida, and it's carried around by a psyllid, which is a little insect, and it's basically wiped out the orange industry here in Florida. We did a tour last year of some gardens, some nurseries and things like that. And we went to an orange orchard, and they used to produce something like 100 barrels of oranges a year. He told me last year he got 2 barrels. And the amount of pesticide and fertilizer he has to use to get 2 barrels, they're just losing money. Like, he just has it basically to hold on to the land because it's been his land forever, you know. But next to me is an old orange grove, an abandoned one. So all the citrus greening from there comes immediately into my yard, and citrus just won't survive here at all. Like you can keep it on life support. There's ways you can do it. Like, you can feed it through the leaves. You can put oak. Like, you have to do a lot of work to keep it on life support, but it's just not worth the squeeze, you know, to me at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you said citrus, I was going to say Florida oranges. What do you mean? But that's crazy.
Not anymore. They have to basically sterilize the oranges even to export them out of the state of Florida now. They have to decontaminate them, do all kinds of stuff to them just to set them out.
Wow.
See, and that's what I love with Andre being my friend, is that I get that perspective. Being out here in Texas, I would never know that. You know, I mean, this is new to you guys, right?
Yeah, for me, big time.
Now, they have a GMO tree that I think the University of Florida is developing. I have a friend who works for Florida Orange, or one of the orange companies that makes the juice. And apparently that tree is going to be resistant to citrus greening. So that's the hope, because they can't find a cure for it.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, again, too, I would assume that Florida and citrus. If I was living down there, that'd be a bummer to not do it, because that's what really, like, why I would want to live in a zone or an area like that. It's my favorite things is citrus. I have I'm giving my next shot at growing some. I've got a couple of lemon trees I got in the other room right here that I'm kind of storing indoors right now. They're about to go outside as soon as I feel enough comfortable about bringing them back outside, because it's I tried a few years ago to do some container trees, citrus trees myself, and they didn't work out too well. So this is the next shot at it, and I want to succeed. So because again, I love citrus. They're probably one of my favorite, like, you know, fruits from, you know, tree bearing plants, and it's just yeah, I couldn't imagine having to not be able to grow citrus in Florida.
Are your trees grafted or?
I believe it is. It's that I got from a friend down in Northern California gave me this Eureka lemon tree. So
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I believe it does have a graft for the bottom on it. And then I also have an experiment one I did with just a seed. I'm just gonna grow it out and have fun with it and see what happens with one that I just grew from a seed that I have too. So kind of playing around with those two right now to see if I can't get something going. I might add on to it as we move on and everything into these next seasons and everything. But yeah, citrus are just my favorite as far as that goes. I've got other container trees I really like, but that's the one I really, really want to grow. So I've got to figure out how to really, you know, push those seasons and everything for my region so I can succeed at doing that here.
So, on the topic of containers, I know, Gray, you specialize, that's your specialty. What would be your advice? So, I'm going to be this summer a new container gardener. I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get more into the outdoor because now I'm more indoor. What's your advice for a new container gardener? I don't know where to start. What's your advice?
Well, you know, my buddy Andre is going to disagree with me, but I'm going to say, don't eat the whole elephant. Start one bite at a time. Pick what you want to try first. I always like to try things out first. So I would say start with, you know, one of the segments you had here on the show was grow what you eat. So if you're going to grow what you eat, you know, you're going to take those containers and go outside, start there as your basis for your containers.
Yeah.
And now a quick segue. I actually just met with a fan out here in Dallas Saturday because he wanted to swap trees with me. I had some Pakistani mulberries and he had a calamundan because he knew that I was in desperate search for a calamundan, so we swapped trees. And Natalie, you're gonna love this container that he built because I want to film a video because I was like, dude, this is amazing. Yeah. He took a 55-gallon drum, cut it in half. No wow there, right? But what he did was with that 55-gallon drum, he drilled in eye hooks so that he can put his truck straps around it, put his dolly underneath, and easily wheel it in and out of his garage anytime it gets cold out here in Dallas. I'm like, dude, that is ingenious. Yeah. You're not dragging this thing around. You can one-hand this. This is amazing. And that's what I love about gardeners, bringing in that kind of ingenuity, right?
Yeah, innovation. Very cool. Love
it's
that.
It's funny you mentioned the calamundan because I have a calamundan tree. And that is one of the few citrus trees. And even though I say I can't grow citrus, I still have a few, like just sort of by accident. But the calamundan is one that is so neglected. It is totally covered by so much stuff. It's shaded out by everything. And every now and then, there's little fruit on it, little orange fruit on it. They're crazy sour, pretty useless. But that tree, for some reason, does not get the citrus greening to any extent. Finger limes, you can grow finger limes as well. Finger limes don't get citrus greening. And I have a couple of them that are they're just a hot mess. Yeah.
Now, you know, it's funny because my kids actually love the calamundan. They tasted that sour, that bitter. And I was like, ooh, but they also love eating the Myers lemon straight off the tree too. So they have a weird palate. They like the calamundan.
Yeah, Meyer lemons are great. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, let's see here. Let's get another question in here. You mentioned, and I'll actually also preface this as well too, because we kind of talked a little bit about this yesterday on our show, on our Sunday edition with Gardner Scott we had on, and we were talking about folks who out fishing or whatever might have fish, right? And we've got a question here asking about, do you make fish emulsion? Or do you utilize your fish? Yesterday, we had someone asking about, or we were asking or digging into the idea of like burying fish into the garden to grow some of your things. You know, you see these things all the time and everything, but fish can be a really great natural organic fertilizer as well too, if you're doing certain things with them or making them right. And we kind of talked a little bit about that yesterday. What do you guys do? Do you utilize, Andre, any of the fish or fish scraps or anything like that you're catching on your catches in your garden at all?
I'll tell you what, I don't make any sort of emulsions because I don't want to have a dedicated blender for this. You know, and I don't want to clean
That's
a
a good
blender.
point.
I don't want to do any of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a lazy gardener. I do have a property in Mexico, and there I do bury fish. If we catch fish, I bury the fish stuff under my bananas or near my fruit trees and such. But here in Orlando, if I do that here, I can dig like a 4-foot narrow hole and put it down there.
Yeah.
Next day, something will dig that up. Like every single one of them will get dug up, no matter how deep I dig the hole. So I don't do it here in Florida.
All right.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. You know, out here in Dallas, occasionally, you know, I'm not the fisher like Andre, but I do enjoy some good fishing too. And if I have some spare fish, I might chop it up and put it in my compost. I don't really bury it because I have so many critters around here: raccoons, possums, armadillos. They all going for it, you know.
Yep.
And then plus another note is that something we need to realize with that fish is that those nutrients, that nitrogen and such that you're going to get from that fish is not going to be readily available for the plant until it fully breaks down. So you're still, you know, you're paying it for it, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we talked about yesterday as well too, and that's what Scott was saying, was that this is something that, you know, maybe if you're doing something like this is some fall garden prep for your next year or something, because that stuff's got to break down completely, you know, then it's got to do its thing in the micro, you know, before you're building up any really useful nutrients for the plant. So it's not something you're going to get really in that season. So it's not something you would do. And, you know, like you see the videos where you're, you know, chop the fish head, you know, the head off and the thing, and you throw it down in the hole and then stick your tomato plant on top of it and everything like that. It's probably not going to, the tomato plants could probably grow around that more than anything else. And then maybe get some.
And it'll probably just smell like just unnecessary.
Because it's not going to really get anything out of it. It'll be, anaerobic for a while as it's breaking down.
The tomato plant.
Yep. And then, like you said, you've also got to be aware of the critters. I mean, everything wants those things, you know, and then like you're saying too, Andre, the smell and having to dedicate things to breaking it down and all of that too. Imagine all the flies you got to deal with if you had like a corner of your yard somewhere where you're, you know, doing this sort of stuff. Oh my God, you have to be like, get in there.
You can buy it and it's you know, you can dilute it, you can get it concentrated. I would rather buy it than go through the hassle of making it.
Yeah, you can buy water soluble powder mixes and, you know, water your plants with that.
Yep.
Brown sugar. What is it? What does that say? Fermenting using brown sugar for
using an osmotic pressure. Yeah, fermented fish. Yeah, there's all sorts of great stuff, you know. Some of the I know our friend over at Garden Like a Viking does some of these sort of things as well too. And yeah, there's all sorts of really cool stuff you can do if you're interested in utilizing your fish scraps. They can be made if you want to, you know what I mean? And you're into it, you want to and do that. They can be useful, and you can make things that are very great organic additives to your garden.
And, you know, and that's one thing I'm glad you said that, because that makes sense. If you have fish, an abundance of fish, and you went fishing, you have these scraps and you wanted to use them, that makes sense to me. That's one thing that we're always talking about on the show, is that, you know, don't go out and buy these things because they're not an end-all, be-all, easy button for your garden. But if you're composting them, if you're using what you have, that's a great idea. And plus, I want to say, I love the fact that you were talking about gardening with Scott. I've done a couple of videos with him before with him in garden, and I love his disposition. He is such a just calm guy.
I call him, I've told him, I says, you, Scott, are the quintessential YouTube gardener. You just got that laid back demeanor. You're like, you know what I mean? It's like, he should have a national show teaching people on some network somewhere, because he just has that great disposition about him. So awesome. We get to have him every month for our show too.
Definitely.
So I was checking out your website, and I have to say, Gray, I noticed you have a gardening glossary, which I love. because there's so many words that I didn't even understand. And then when I was checking out the glossary, I was like, wow, this is great. And I just have to say, thank you so much for including aeroponics and hydroponics. I feel seen and
Yes.
acknowledged. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I love your setup. I've been watching your videos. I was like, oh my goodness, this is where I want to be one day. So you are a role model for me.
Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
No, you're very
Likewise.
welcome. But it's funny because the garden glossary, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I know, like in the automotive industry, right? The big fear that a lot of folks have when they go to the mechanic because their car is broken is like, they start throwing all the jargon at them, right? Like, oh, your flux capacitor is out and you need a new thingamajig, and so that's always what gets people, right? It's the same in the gardening world. If you're new to this hobby and someone starts talking about, you need to grow these seeds photoblastically, I'm gonna be like, wait, what? What does that even mean? Oh, this plant has stigmatropism. Wait, huh? So that was my answer when I doing the glossary.
I know. There are so many great words in the gardening world.
Yeah, no,
Definitely.
I love that. So thank you for providing that. And next time people ask me what a word means, I'm going to direct them to your garden glossary because that's a great resource. Thank you.
So Natalie, what is your page?
The Fresh Princess. Not an original name, but I make it original.
I like it.
That's
I grow
right.
fresh food, so we're fresh. Keep it fresh in the grow tent.
I love it.
Very clever.
Yeah. So that's why I can appreciate or understand that you have a greenhouse in Texas. But do you have, Andre, do you have a greenhouse or any type of indoor
I have a little
infrastructure?
6x4 greenhouse, just a little small one, and I'm growing a cacao tree inside there.
Beautiful.
The goal is to keep that in there for its entire lifespan. Eventually, I'll cut a hole in the floor and plant it inside the greenhouse. But it was pretty rough. I had to put a little heater in there over the last couple of days, but I think everything in there is going to make it. So we'll see.
Yeah, being in Toronto, that's the challenge we're dealing with right now. We've had an extreme deep freeze.
Oh, you're still in Toronto?
I'm still in Toronto. Yeah,
Whoa.
this is in my basement because right now it's like minus 20 degrees. So
I
I'm
know
just
you're still
growing.
there.
No. I'm in Toronto right now, and I can't grow outdoors because it's very cold out.
Wow, you're doing all that right now? That's crazy.
It's my basement.
What?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like
Is that your basement?
Yeah, well, it's a grow tent, but it's in my basement.
Yeah,
That is
the
so cool.
Grow
yeah.
tower,
Give us a little look
lettuce.
around there, Natalie.
That
Yeah,
is
exactly.
so cool. That makes it 100 times cooler right there.
And
Yeah.
then the big towers, she's got two where she's got
I saw
veggies
the
growing out of
towers.
the
I was
towers.
assuming this is like someplace like Texas or something like that.
And
That
then
is
I've
so
got
cool.
my peppers and tomatoes and all kinds of stuff.
That's pretty
And see
amazing.
what
Oh man.
I love about that is that is a true testament that you can grow anywhere. I mean,
You
it's
can
grow
negative
anywhere.
20 outside. And
No
when she said
excuses.
negative 20, I was like, oh no, negative 20. It got to 11 degrees out here. I was like, oh no, I can't take it. But you said negative 20. No.
It's always a beautiful day in the grow tent, so never need to worry about that.
Wow, that's amazing. That really is amazing. Yeah, my whole family's still in, they're in Brampton and Mississauga and stuff like that.
Nice, yeah,
we're there
not too far from
occasionally.
me. So yeah, do you ever come visit Canada?
I do. I was there, not this last Christmas, the Christmas before last Christmas. I was there for about a week with the family and such.
It's too cold. There's nothing good here. Florida's probably nicer.
I know. I love it. It's great. Excellent. Well, let's see here. Let's dig in here and check out another question if we could. Do either of you guys grow roses? No.
I actually do not. And the reason behind it is because out here in Texas, we have Rose Rosetta real bad, flying through the airs and such. And so it's a disease that, disease that once your roses get it, they're done. So I don't even do it because I know what I'm walking in.
Isn't it crazy? Like all these new, because there's a new lychee disease as well, and now lychee mite is taking out the lychees. Like I feel like
Really?
yeah, like Yeah,
I love lychee fruit.
yeah,
It's got to be
fruit
something
just,
to do with all of these different types of plants that are moving around and getting things from different places. And, something gets carried into a place that wasn't there before. And now it finds lychee and goes, this
right,
is wonderful. And now,
right.
yeah. And it's just,
And like
yeah.
there's no natural predators for a lot of these pests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Anyway,
So now,
Serena's
so
asking here, should I still do this or pruner rose bushes in February? Should you still do it because they're having insane temperature changes? And my recommendation is even when it's really cold, I just get mine done before it starts to warm up. Because they're going to start growing, and once those I want to keep as much of it growing from the point that it gets to start growing versus they already start producing something and then I'm cutting it back, and then I'm just cutting back already started shoots, or new canes, I guess they would be on a rose bush. So I would say go for it, cut them up, get it ready to go before the season is what I would say.
yeah, it's the same kind of logic you apply to like a fruit tree or anything. You don't want to start cutting once that new growth establishes itself. So
Yeah.
I co-sign you, brother.
Absolutely. Excellent. Thanks for the question, Serena. Appreciate it.
So do you have a lot of experience propagating trees?
Me?
Either of you?
Yeah. I do a lot of air layers,
Yeah.
grafting, mature trees onto seedlings and things like that. So
Have you ever grafted more than one variety together?
Yeah, I have mango
Cool.
trees that have multiple varieties on them. I have a lemon tree in Mexico that's got orange grafted onto it.
Wow.
I've even grafted a tomato onto a potato.
That is cool.
Yeah, because they're both nightshades, so it works. It just produces two crap plants. Like you don't get potatoes and you don't get tomatoes either. They're just a plant. But it does live. It does grow.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
When I first met Andre, we were actually we had been working together doing a side project, but we had never met face to face. We actually met each other for the first time at a plant event called PlantCon Orlando, and we were actually doing a grafting and cloning class workshop at that event. And so it was great because Andre came in with all these wonderful scions for avocados, and so we were doing like grafting right there in the spot with the participants.
Oh, wow. Nice.
We're going to be doing that again in Houston.
That's right. Houston, April 25th, 26th, that weekend. We'll be at PlantCon Houston together doing it all over again.
Very cool.
Oh, excellent. That's great. I got to get down that way someday so I can catch up with folks down there because you guys do some pretty cool stuff. And what you're able to grow and everything is pretty neat as well. Like I said, I can't grow a lot of the things you guys get to grow, but it would be pretty cool to learn a little bit more about them and some grafting and all that sort of stuff as well.
Are you in Seattle?
No, Southern Oregon.
Oh,
I am over on the West Coast though. Yeah, Southern Oregon. Yep. All right, let's see here real quick. Let's jump in one more question real quick here. Shawnee was asking, what do you want to learn more about in your gardening world? Are you taking any classes? What are you researching or reading for gardening this year? How about you, Gray? Well, you're a master gardener, but you still learning, you still doing things, you still reading books, you still trying to gain more knowledge?
Always. I am constantly always learning because my favorite thing is actually to engage with the audience. So I love answering the questions because that's the beautiful thing about being a master gardener. A lot of people assume that means you know every plant in the world. This could be farthest from the truth. We know how plants work, we learn how plants work, and then we start researching and finding more information. So when you're asking your questions, that's pushing me as a gardener to step outside my wheelhouse. Because even though I don't grow roses, I can still apply that knowledge I know of flowering trees to that. You see how it's a transferable skill? Lost my tech there. My Bluetooth kept flipping out.
Just happened to me too.
It just popped. But so I'm always learning. I'm always pushing myself to learn more. Actually, funny enough, I am not reading anything gardening specific right now for my birthday, my wonderful brother-in-law got me a sci-fi book. He knows how much I love sci-fi. So
Oh, there we go.
reading,
All right.
Children of Time by Adrian Cheskovsky. That's what I'm currently reading because, you know, I love my sci-fi too.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Was it recently your birthday?
Yeah, back on January 21st. That's when I made my, my wonderful 45.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
45, huh? Kid
Yeah.
still. Just a kid.
You tell my knees and my back that.
That's all right. I'm not that far ahead of you.
Right on. But yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah,
Sean,
I know. I love your answer though, about the idea of the, you know, about doing what you do, and your purpose is to teach people and to engage with folks. And so again, too, even those who are teachers are always constantly learning and you know, exploring new things, because you know that's just the nature of being a teacher, right? Is to constantly, you know, want to have more to pass on. So you're constantly trying to get. And again, gardening, you can never learn everything. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
you go your whole
always
life and never
learning.
learn everything. How about you,
Yeah.
Andre? Any books or any certain things that you're doing to?
No, I've never been really big on gardening books. Like I feel like I learn much better. Like when I read books on, you know, I do read some sci-fi. Like I do like some sci-fi books, but you know, usually I'll read like serious nonfiction books or like a sci-fi book. It's kind of one or the other. But for gardening, you know, I think I learned mostly through social media, you know, and through even my own videos that I post, and then people will correct you and say, no, that's wrong. And then you go check it and like, oh, wow, yeah, that was pretty wrong, you know. Too bad, you know, 100,000 people just saw that, you know.
Have you guys ever had that instance where you educate viewers on a specific topic on a video, and then years down the line you have to execute something pertaining to that and you forget, and you have to rewatch your own video to kind of refresh your memory? Have you ever had that happen?
I can tell you what happens to me, and this happens every year because I'm an ADHD gardener, short attention span. I like to rotate my crops, and I have to go back and watch my videos from the previous season to realize, okay, what did I plant here? I know I just pulled up everything, but what did I just plant here? So that's what I do with my previous videos.
See, I'm horrible at labeling my seeds when I start my seeds, but I do everything on a live stream. So I always have to go back and watch my video, and I'm asking myself, what seed did I put in this row, or what was I doing here? That's why I ask.
Sorry, some of that I have to go back to like my live stream people, and I'm like, guys, what did we plant here? You know, because I just planted arugula, cucumbers, and something else in one bed, and now I can't remember what the third. Oh, beans, and, and I know that was just like yesterday. So I'm like, I know a week from now, I'll have no idea what's in that bag.
So what was that again? Just
Exactly.
Cucumbers and lemon cucumbers, actually, and extra yard-long beans.
So I recently procured some lemon cucumber seeds, and I've never grown them before. So it's cool to hear that you're growing them. Have you ever grown them before? Is this your first time?
No, but I hate cucumbers.
That's a How can you?
Those are fighting words, I think.
As soon as he said it, because I know Andre so well. As soon as he said cucumber, I'm like, why are you growing cucumber? You know you hate cucumber.
Yeah, grow what you eat, Andre.
I will not eat a cucumber. I don't even, like, you know, there's certain foods I don't like, but I understand how people like. I don't even know how people like cucumbers. Like, I don't even get it. Like,
you don't like crunchy water?
I wish it was just crunchy water. Like, that would be an upgrade if it was just crunchy water.
It smells like cucumbers to me smell like freshly photocopied paper. I don't know what it is. It's just maybe that's why you don't like them.
This is all blasphemous talk. This is all just unbelievable. Anyways, I have my heart's in cucumbers. That was my very first plant that I grew that I grew that I could eat. You know what I mean? I've grown house plants ever. Everybody who knows my story always tell the story of the cucumber plant my friend brought over. He's like, "Oh, you got all these house plants. I know you'll know what to do with this." And that was the first thing I grew out on my balcony that produced something I could eat. And we ate those, and then that started my whole food growing journey from there. But I do love cucumbers. Lemon cucumbers are really great. They're really delicious. They're you get them nice and small too, and green, and then pickle them up really good too. They're really good as well. But yeah, I love cucumbers. But yeah.
I gotta
I
ask
can
you
see
guys.
where you're coming though. There's things we don't like. There's things I don't like either. I mean, eggplants. I'm still not too.
Yeah, I
Not
can't do
too.
eggplants.
I'm still not too much into the eggplants yet, but
You want to know what's interesting about cucumbers? I actually grew lemon cucumbers last year,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
forgot to label them. And they were growing right next to my Burpless cucumbers. I was like, why are these cucumbers growing so weird? What's going on? Cucumbers. These are some bad cucumbers. I
No
just kept tossing them.
pollination.
And then yeah. I completely forgot that they were lemon cucumbers.
Oh my god.
That's like when I grew a watermelon. I grew a yellow watermelon, yellow on the inside. And I remember cutting it open and being like, oh, afraid. And it took me a minute to realize, no, this is yellow. And it was actually pretty decent.
Oh no, it's overripe.
Man, there's some good, delicious, like
So-
yellow or orange fleshed melons. Oh my gosh, there's some delicious ones. There's some really bad ones though too.
So Andre, tell us about your hot sauce. You make a
Oh,
hot
Yeah.
sauce.
Oh
like
yeah.
yourself,
So we got. I
right?
knew we were
Tell
gonna
us
get
your
around
hot
to
sauce,
it.
'cause
I knew we
am
were
a
gonna
hot
get
sauce
around to
fan.
it.
Yeah,
you go.
tell us all about it. I got to hear about this because it looks great.
So one day I was in the kitchen and I was kind of mixing things. I had a bunch of vegetables. I had some peppers, some hot peppers. And when you grow really hot peppers, there's not a lot you can make with them. Like you gotta basically gonna make some hot sauce and or some pepper sauce. And I had mangoes and pineapples from the garden as well. And I even had honey because I used to have hives. And I put it all together and I whipped up this pepper sauce. I had my son try it. He liked it. And I had like one blender full. So I made a bunch of little samples and I mailed them out to friends and people that I knew through social media. And they tried it. They liked it. So I was like, you know what? Let's make it. So I went and found a bottler, and this is what we make now. This is the hot, and this is the not so hot. It's all natural, 8 different fruits and vegetables. You get on the website, and when you order this, you get a free Permaculture Life beanie. So Permaculture Life is my company, and you get a free beanie with any purchase of this through the month of February.
Oh.
So, big question: do you ship to Canada?
I do not ship to Canada.
All right, you're
don't
gonna have
even
to bring
ship
a bottle
your
with
own
you the
family,
next time.
Andre. You don't even.
Oh, my
ship your own
family has it
family?
because when they come down, like they'll like get a suitcase and whatever.
Next time you're
they
here.
Oh,
fight
they're
over this.
smuggling it
They
in for
fight
you.
over this up in Canada.
There you go. That's awesome.
My brother at one time had like 24 bottles, and he'll sit down with just a bag of chips and just eat a whole bottle at one time. But no,
All right.
but
well,
you can
I'll
get it.
expect a bottle your next visit.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
all
I
right.
can sneak
I
some
will
over
definitely
for
look you up next time. But you can get it through cross-border pickups. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but cross-border pickups is a place where you can actually order stuff to an American address, and then it comes across the border to where and you pick it up.
Oh. Well,
Cool.
there you
The more
go.
you know.
They have
I
them
did
in
not know
Brampton,
that.
and they have them in, I think they have one in Toronto too.
I'll have to look it up. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see here. Let's grab another question here real quick. Big Will Dog is asking, my roots go back to my grandparents' farm in Virginia. Do you also have growing crops as part of your family's history? You guys grow anything that
Not me.
maybe
My
folks
grandmother had a little
learn
backyard garden,
from? No.
but not really a big farming sort of family. No. Right.
Well, for me, yes.
Yeah.
You know, it stems back to my great grandfather, Papa Ted, Theodore Roosevelt Bourgeois. So when people talk about the bourgeois, my family name is actually Brown and Bourgeois. And it stems all the way back to him in Zachary, Louisiana, because, you know, he was actually born into slavery and eventually got freedom. He was a baby. And then he eventually, had his own land, and all my grandparents, they would work the fields with him, and he would go off and work, but then he would also, the kids would grow every single thing that they ate that they brought to table. So that's why it was so great that my grandmother, she had left that gardening and farming world alone. She became a respiratory therapist working in the hospital, but she still had those skills. And so when she passed that to me, it just felt like that was the legacy of the bourgeois family just passing right on to me. And I pass that now down to my kids to keep on growing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what you got to do, pass it down, and I haven't had much of that as far as my family history goes, but I do have my granddaughter now who's getting, going to be around 2 this summer. So this will be real fun for her to really get introduced to the garden and be able to develop those memories and those sort of things that she can eventually, hopefully, tell those stories and pass things down that she learned from me and all of that stuff as well too. So it's always those stories are always great, coming out of our different gardening experiences that we have.
Truly.
What's the first thing you're going to plant with her, Enoch?
Ooh, yeah, I'm not too sure yet. Probably again something, it'll probably be something like whatever's kind of being planted that day, kind of thing. Just kind of let her play around with seeds and show her how to poke holes and put them in and do all that sort of stuff and that sort of thing too. But yeah, so probably nothing really in general, just depending on whatever it is that day. But it's going to be fun, and I can't wait. And I'm going to be filming it for sure too, because I'm going to be saving those memories for sure. That's another thing I think my channel is going to turn into as we move forward in the next few years. Is the videos I make will end up being these kind of fun with the granddaughter type videos and stuff too, as I'm saving memories with my YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, future gardener, right? So
oh yeah,
why not document the process and the journey, the evolution of her journey?
Yep. I was telling my daughter, I was like, oh, she doesn't have a choice. She's gonna learn to love it.
My kids were too old when I started gardening, so they never got into it.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it was for my daughter, though. Yeah, a little too old. She was a little older, in her teen years already, onto her own things. There was nothing interesting about what was going on in my garden to her. But she had my granddaughter now, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Fresh meat. Now you can.
It's on now.
Well, that's the nice part about the community is that, like we said earlier, you can all come together and at least talk about it with each other, right? Like I have people in my life that are so sick and tired of my garden. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, we get it. You've got a garden. You grow your own food. So
that's why we do this, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Gray. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's quite all right. But it made me think about my kids, because my kids are at perfect age. My daughter is 10 and my son is 7. And as a parent, sometimes you don't realize your kids are paying attention when they truly are, right? Mm-hmm. So one day this past season, I think I was grafting another peach tree or something like that. And I was planting a Pakistani mulberry. And my daughter was like, well, is this one gonna fruit? And I was like, yeah, boo, it's gonna fruit, What's the reason for your question? She said, well, we have that peach tree that you planted. You said it's a Nemagard peach and it was a rootstock and it's not gonna fruit. So I just want to make sure this was going to fruit too. I completely forgot that I had even said that to her. She remembered that I had a rootstock peach tree.
She's holding you accountable.
I was like, okay, boo, you're absolutely right. No, yes, this is a great question. This Pakistani mulberry will fruit. But she's holding me accountable. You're right.
That's great.
Love that. That is cool. And like you said, sometimes they're not paying attention, or they're paying attention even when you don't realize, right? So yes. It's gardening is something that I find some people just naturally gravitate toward, and it doesn't take much effort. So maybe it's in her cards. That's cool.
Maybe.
All right, let's see here. I know we got a couple more questions. Let me get in here and check it out.
So, Andre, I saw you're harvesting ginger recently. What are you doing with all that ginger? Oh, sorry, Enoch.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I'll
you go
ask
ahead.
And just fill the gap while you're.
I know, no problem.
I've made ginger beer. I even made ginger jam one time, and that was actually really good. Most time I end up peeling it and freezing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you cook with it?
Yeah, you cook with it. Yeah. I make a lot of tea with it and things like that.
Yeah, ginger's great in tea. Yeah.
Definitely.
Nice. And what about you, Gray? What's the most recent thing you've harvested?
Just recently some broccoli florets.
Nice.
And this was because we were having a freeze coming through, and the florets were really small and they were too tender. And I know with that 11-degree drop, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and harvest these florets. Now I'll protect the rest of the plant, but the florets will die off on me. So I mean, it was like maybe 8 in a little Ziploc bag. But I was like, hey, you know what? Those 8 will be for one kid at least.
Yeah. Nice. Love that. I still have yet to try broccoli, but that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, the seed germinates so great, and just because you do your aeroponics, they will do fantastic in that aeroponic system. Back when I used to experiment around with aeroponics, broccoli seedlings, oh my goodness, they will grow so profusely. You're gonna have too much broccoli.
Brassicas do really well. The only thing is the temperature, right? Because I'm growing things like peppers, tomatoes, a little bit hotter. I have a challenge keeping things from bolting, right? So my lettuce and my leafy greens. So I'll have to try it. We'll just see, right? Throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks type of deal. That's my style of gardening.
That's right. Excellent. So let's see here. Do you all grow cantaloupe? They say they grow them in Las Vegas, surprisingly, but have had issues. They don't get too big. Do you guys grow cantaloupe at all?
I do every once in a while. What about you, Andre?
I am not a big melon guy.
Right. I think we kind of almost covered that a little bit.
So, I like growing melons just because they're big and, just because it's kind of a cool thing to grow. Even the watermelons, I don't know. I feel like melons are a little bit of a mirage. I feel like they're kind of liars. They promise this sweetness. They promise this sweetness. Then you get them and they're just watered down. They never live up to the promise of what they're supposed to be.
Oh,
I just still think you haven't had a good melon.
That's too bad. Yeah.
Everyone always says that. I've had melons all over the world. Yeah.
I mean,
the honeydew? I actually had one honeydew that did not disappoint me 100%. It was actually reasonable.
It's interesting that you don't like cucumber and you also don't like melon because it's such a similar type of plant. What about like zucchinis and squash? Do you like that kind of stuff too?
Squash, I can do squash. Zucchini, no, I'm not.
So those are all really similar types of plants. Maybe you're just not into the vining plants. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Now to answer the question though, because I know we're asking a question about your Las Vegas cantaloupes and they're kind of small. Cantaloupes do surprisingly well in the heat. I am going to be growing some cantaloupe this year because my daughter asked me to grow some cantaloupe, and if my child asked, I'm going to do it. And the problem you may be facing, I could be wrong, is you chasing the water with any kind of melon, any kind of pepo fruit, pepo berry. You're going to want to have more consistent moisture. So make sure you maximize that moisture to get it evenly distributed throughout a root system, and that might help you out so you get bigger cantaloupe.
Natalie, have you ever tried growing watermelon in there?
I have. I grew one sugar baby watermelon.
Yeah.
I don't think I pollinated it properly, or maybe I had issues with my nutrients. I'm still learning about the nutrients, and I harvested it a little too late just because I was so hopeful that it would increase in size. And I harvested it. I ate it, but it was overripe. Had I picked it on time, it would have been good, just softball sized. But it produced seeds. It was my first one, so I'm going to try again, and we'll see how it goes. I've also tried honeydew, but I couldn't get it to fruit because I just didn't have the right environment. So those are the challenges I face.
In my office, I have hydroponics in my office. I have a little tub hydroponics, and I just threw some seeds in there. And I've got watermelon that's taking over the whole inside of the grow tent right now. And
Oh,
there's
wow.
watermelon on the plant. There's a watermelon
That's
like this
awesome.
big in there right now.
What kind of nutrients are you using?
It's just one from Amazon. It's I couldn't tell you which one it is.
Okay.
But it's for hydroponics and it just says plant food. So I just
Asking for a friend.
but also I've grown a lot of stuff in there previously, and I think there's a lot of organic matter in there. So it's probably overly nutrient. Like I really need to actually empty the whole thing out and dump it all out. But right now the vine is crazy, and I also have a Kiwano melon. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Kiwano melon. It's like the little orange one with the spikes on it.
Oh,
Cool.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've
growing
seen
in there
those.
as well. And that's one that actually tastes like it's kind of almost like a cucumber, but it actually tastes more like a fruit. It's actually really good.
Sounds like your worst nightmare.
It does. It actually, surprisingly, it's got a ton of seeds in it. It's kind of almost like eating a passion fruit. It's got like a ton of seeds in it.
Oh, okay.
It's actually pretty interesting. There's actually one in my fridge right now. But that's where I got the seeds from, just from a fruit from the store. And it grows like crazy. The vine's growing all over the place.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of, have you ever tried passion fruit? Oh, sorry, Nick.
Yeah, I've got passion fruit that grow. I've got a couple different varieties that grow in the back there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love those flowers. Gotta be one of the coolest flowers.
They are cool.
Man,
flowers.
they're just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say though too on the cantaloupe though is that was probably with my like really hands-off garden I was doing last year, one of the few things I planted out that actually grew really, really well. And I just want to say as far as what Gray is saying as well too is that, yeah, there's superstars in the hot weather and the heat and everything as well too. And I'm telling you, it's got to be one of the tastiest, sweetest things I ate out of my garden last year too. So I love a great cantaloupe or melons as well too, coming out of the garden.
I have to be careful with those indoors because they're highly susceptible to powdery mildew. And so unless you've got airflow and your humidity under control, I'm only allowed one plant, one cucumber or one melon, and that's it.
Yeah.
Even zinnias, snapdragons, like those kinds of flowers also. So gotta be careful.
The melon's not too bad, but the squash, man, the squash are my problem with powdery mildew around here.
Yeah,
I had that problem with squash and cucumbers when I plant them outside in my garden. They tend to really get the mildew real quick.
Yeah, I've heard, I've tried it in my indoor grow tent, apple cider vinegar, just diluted with a bit of water. And if it's not too bad, I think it can get rid of it. But sometimes it's just easier to get rid of the plant.
Just get rid of it all. Excellent. Right on, man. So far, look at the time. Time is cruising right by here. Unbelievable. That's the thing about doing these conversations. You guys find that to be the case too when you're doing your podcast and everything? You get them started. Yeah.
Like every Tuesday, like, oh wait, we've run out of time.
Yeah, that means you're having a great conversation. I've tuned into a couple of your podcasts, and I definitely will be tuning in regularly because some great information and some really great conversations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we definitely got to get, you have another person who's on with you as well too. I know you mentioned his name with us, or Chocolate Botanist. That's right. I've got to get him on our show as well too sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Derek is a card. He's a lot of fun, and he knows a lot too. He's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy having him on for sure.
Yeah. I might have to reach out to him here real soon and get him on our other show for sure.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say, I've been watching both of you on YouTube and Instagram, and I appreciate both of you putting your styles of gardening, your information out there, your lives, your gardens out there. It's such a wonderful thing for the community to be able to share that information and see what others are doing all over, different parts of the world. So thank you for what you both do for the community. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Man, thank you. No, it's just
you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing.
Because I'm going to definitely be hitting you up. I have some questions for you.
Yeah. Oh, all right. You can pick my brain anytime. But you guys are really working with nature, right? So that's what I mean. It's like, thank you for what you do for the environment and for the community.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, all right, before we let you guys go, again, we'll start with Andre this time here, but go ahead again, let everybody know one more time for anybody who might have joined in with us late in the show or still here with us right now. Let us know a little bit more about yourself and where they can all find you. And yeah, again, thank you so much for being here with us today, too. Just really awesome.
Thank you for having me, man. I had a great time. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's Andre the Farmer everywhere. If you need to email me, if you have a question or something, it's andrethefarmer@yahoo.com. My website is andrethefarmer.com, where we have the sweet and spicy pepper sauce. And there we go.
Yeah, get some of that sauce.
Culture Life Apparel. So check it out, andrethefarmer.com and Andre the Farmer everywhere.
And next time you're in Toronto,
next time I'm in Toronto, I will look for you, and I'll always bring something to Toronto. If I'm going to Toronto, I'm going to bring a case up there. So I will look for you in Toronto.
Hey, Andre,
I'm just kidding.
No. I'm going to bring you one. If I come to Toronto,
all right.
I will definitely bring you some pepper sauce.
All right.
Andre,
if you come to the United States or Florida, you got to drop by.
I will.
Andre, you forgot one thing, though.
Yeah.
We have a gardening community, don't we? What's that gardening community we have together called?
We do have a gardening community called Better Gardener on school.com. So if you guys want to have sort of, I guess 2-on-1, information and be able, we have a call every week. We have a gardening video call with our members. I do a call on Sundays. Gray does a call on Thursdays. And we have a forum where you guys can ask questions. You can show off your garden. And there's a lot of knowledgeable people in the group, and you can learn a lot. Better Gardener, and it's on school.com, SKOOL.com.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how about for you, Gray?
Oh, me. You
yeah,
can find me.
We got to include you too. You're here with us. We got to make sure we know where to find you as well.
Right on, right on. You can find me on just about all the social media websites, and that's going to be on Urban Gardening with Gray. I forget. See, Urban Gardening with Gray. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Threads, and so forth. Facebook as well. Also, something I forgot to mention at the top of the hour. I actually do a project with botanical interest as well. It's a new series we just started called Q&A with Gray. So you can also find me on Botanical Interest YouTube channel as well. And I literally sit down and I just answer viewer questions.
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, great. With botanical interest as well too. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun. Again, I love giving back to the community. I love engaging with the community. So, you're pushing me to be that better gardener I want to be,
Yeah, of course. And also just for the community to be able to chat with a master gardener to be very valuable information. So, it's awesome. Like I said, all the information that can be shared in the community is just wonderful.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Natalie, because for our more seasoned gardeners, they may actually remember that the master gardeners in their community, in their county, you can actually call a hotline and you can usually get a master gardener on the line and you can ask your garden question. So this show is in the essence of that. It's just in a digital platform.
That's right.
I love that. I'll have to check that out for sure.
That's right. Absolutely. And again, you guys, just so wonderful to come and join with us is really, in a way, just kind of helping us really get this show launched. This is only our 4th Green Room show that we've done so far. And it's just been really great that you guys, jumped on board to come together and be here with us tonight for this show.
And you guys are kind of sort of legends in the gardening world. So
legends.
Pretty cool
there
to
we
have
go.
you here.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
There we go.
Awesome. So I'm very glad that you guys took the time to be here. I had a great conversation. It was great getting to know you both. And I love your content.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
The pleasure is all ours.
Absolutely. So definitely looking forward to down the road having you guys back on with us again. We'll continue the conversation then for sure. We'll get on to some of those other things. And I know everybody else out there had some awesome questions as well too. Sorry we couldn't get to all of your questions out there with these guys, but we'll get them back and we'll have them back and we'll ask some more questions with them and all of that down the road. But again, thank you guys so much for spending your time to be here with us tonight.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, guys.
Have a wonderful
Thanks for
night.
having us.
Happy growing.
All right.
Happy growing.
Thank you, guys. Bye, guys.
Hey, gardeners, thanks for tuning in to our show today. We'll be right back at it here in just a moment. I just wanted to take a second here to highlight our regular videos and features here on the Urban Gardener channel. Our weekly garden journals, and our incredible featured visits. All right. Excellent. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. What a great conversation with those guys. Another awesome green room in the books this week, Natalie.
Yeah, that was great. It was so nice to be able to. I mean, I've been watching them on YouTube for a little while, so it was pretty cool to get to actually meet them and have a conversation. And they're so down to earth and humble. Just really, really great guys.
Yeah, I knew you'd really enjoy that conversation with those guys for sure too. And again, it was really cool to be able to get them here as we're getting everything launched and going here, and everything's just cruising along just great here so far too. We've had some really awesome, amazing guests over these last few weeks here. We still got lots more guests still to come ahead for everybody here on the show as well too. So let's go ahead and take a look ahead here at this upcoming week here on the Let's Get Growing show. This next Saturday on the Let's Get Growing show here, our Saturday show, we're going to have with us Maria Falia from Growing Joy with Maria. She's going to be joining with us here this next Saturday on the show, Natalie. This is going to be our first opportunity to talk with someone really about house plants around here. Everybody sees all my house plants all the time and everything. Every now and then someone will throw a question here and there at me and stuff, but this is going to be a great time for folks to be able to get in any of their house plant questions or come and join a conversation with someone all about talking about all these just really wonderful indoor friends, as I will call them, that we have here.
They often get overlooked, right? Houseplants are plants too. So
in the growing world, in a way, kind of, and there's a whole community out there for the houseplant folks out there, and Maria's really great. She does some really awesome content. She has her own podcast as well too, Growing Joy with Maria and everything. So she's gonna be a really great resource for everybody if you have all of your houseplant questions for Maria next week. So come and join with us then. Then next Sunday, for the Sunday edition of the show, is the third Sunday of the month. And the third Sunday of the month means that it's their monthly gardening book club. That means we're going to have our good friend Mark Brochet Colbert, Mr. NBC, joining with us here on the show. He'll be here live for his In the Garden segment. And joining us for the conversation will be Willie Galloway, author of Veggies for Breakfast. So I've been reading this book, Veggies for Breakfast by Willie Galloway, just really awesome. And this is a good one I'd recommend for you as well, too, because I know you like to cook and make up some things and stuff, and you grow all these cool foods out of your tent there and everything. This is a great book for people to, get those things that we're harvesting out of our gardens into the most important meal of the day.
Yeah, well, I don't eat breakfast and I don't read books, so.
oh boy.
No, I mean, I do read books here and there, but I'm not a breakfast gal. Just a strong coffee in the morning, and I'm good to go. So I am going to be growing coffee. So then I can say kind of veggies for breakfast. But
there you go. There you go. Growing your breakfast. That's perfect, actually, right there. Coffee. Yeah, again, too, you'll have to catch some pointers from my friend Christopher Bransdahl. He grows some coffee and some good hydroponic systems.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to pick his brains.
Excellent, excellent. And then again, we've got another green room coming up next Monday here on the show. Next Monday on the green room, we're going to have joining us our good friend Paul from Guten Gardening. He's also our contributor for the In the Garden segment on our
Yeah.
Sunday show. So Paul will be joining with us next Monday, as well as Scott Blackburn from New Garden Road. So these
Awesome.
guys will
Looking
be
forward to
joining
that.
with us next week for the show. So yeah,
Another
again,
great show.
it's totally another awesome, great show ahead for us this next week coming up here. And how about for you, Natalie? What you got growing on over there on the Fresh Princess this next week? You know, everybody can join you every
Yeah.
day live from the Grow Tent, right?
Every day, live from the Grow Tent, 12 p.m. and actually 12 p.m. Eastern time. We've got a giveaway happening. Going to be opening this Friday. $100 Baker Creek seed gift card and some TFP merch. So if you're interested, head on over to the channel next Friday. It opens, goes for a week long. So it's going to be a good giveaway.
Yeah, that's awesome. Baker Creek as well. It's one of my favorite
I
seed
know.
companies.
Yeah, so it's a digital gift card, which is cool because then there's
Mhm.
no shipping or anything, right? The recipient will just get the gift card and just shop away, right? It's seed season, it's seed
Yes.
popping season. So, what a better time than to gift a lucky winner a good way to kick off their growing season.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent. Right on. And real quick too, before we do get going here, I do also want to mention is you see during our breaks, we do have our snapshots of the week, right? And I just wanted to mention this to everybody that you can get your pictures from your garden or your grow room, or you know, maybe you've got a garden pet with you, you want to show off to everybody. Maybe you're sowing some seeds or got some little starts that you want to show off. Snap some photos of what you've got growing on in your garden, and then send those over to me here at, let me put this up here, the Urban Gardener at mail.com, not Gmail. I definitely got to make sure I say that, but at mail.com. I already had one person try to send us some pictures, and I think that's what they tried. But the Urban Gardener at mail.com, snap some pictures, send them over to me at there, and let me know your name, where you're growing from, what they are. You know, tell me something about the picture, and we'll get those featured on our snapshots of the week as well too. We want to see what you've got growing on out there too, right,
Yeah.
Natalie?
It's always nice to see what people have growing on in the community. We can all learn from each other, and yeah, it's cool to get to know people that tune in every week.
Yeah. So take part in this new, because we're kind of doing this new this year too, as another way of, you know, we're sometimes, you know, it's we're into these conversations and we're really talking with folks and you know, and doing that sort of stuff. So it's a great way for us to be able to include you all who come in here and view and watch and participate on the show with us, to include
Yeah.
you all into what we've got going on here with our snapshots of the week. So send those in, urbangardenermail.com. I'm looking forward to seeing all the things that you've got growing on in your gardens there. All right. So again, there we go. We got another great show all set there this week.
Another
So
great show. Yeah,
just
some great guests, and I had a lot of fun. It was good. Getting the hang of things. So
getting the
it's
hang of
fun.
things around here. And again, too, how
Yeah.
about the lightning round? That was really fun. I'm telling you,
That
I
was
was
good.
just last week, I was like, oh, there's some things that I need to fix and everything. And I think we fixed them up just right. We got we really put the guest who's answering the questions really in the hot seat now with the big frame and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I
So,
even saw one of the comments said that Gray should be on a game show because he was just, or was it Andre? I don't know. One of them finished it so quick. Andre finished it
yeah.
so quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
He
you only
definitely
give them
may do
that
well on
quick,
a
you
game
know.
show.
You got those
Yeah.
questions too, and you got to get to them quick, otherwise you're going to run out of time. So
And the
he was right on
questions
top
are
of it.
only as quick as I ask them, right? So I actually
Yep.
practice before the show, and I do, a little practice run so that I can make sure, say it quickly enough.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Also, one last thing I
Cool.
did want to mention one more time for everybody, as I promised my friends over at IV Organics, real quick here. They're our show sponsor, and they are doing their annual free fruit plant and scion giveaway this month here in February. So definitely go over to ivorganics.com and check out what they've got there in their shop. Again, the 3-in-1 plant guard. You want to deal with some of that stuff we're talking about, powdery mildew, white fly, all these sort of things. You know, there's some really great things it does, but it's really awesome for those fruit trees we're talking about earlier as well too. So definitely go and check that out at ivorganics.com. Use our promo code GROW10, GROW10, get 10% off and some free fruit plant scions and all of that as well too. So right on.
That's
There
awesome.
Excellent. So there we go. Another really great show here in the books today, Natalie. Thank you so
Yeah, it's
much
a
again
wrap.
for hanging out with me tonight and
Always a
having
pleasure.
this great conversation with Andre and Gray today. So again, really awesome.
Yeah, look forward to next week.
All right, everybody. Again, we look forward to seeing you all too again this next week. Come and join me this next Saturday for our Let's Get Growing show this next Saturday, the Sunday edition, as well as extending our 3-day weekend out into Monday night with our new green room here tonight. We'll see you all next week. We'll see you then.
All right, take the run. See you on the flippy flops.